The shock from the staggering loss of life and destruction on 9/11 left most of us relying upon analysis offered by pre-selected experts with conflicts of interest. Since 2001, we have had time to emerge from the hypnotic trance of the trauma and begin to rationally assess the scientific forensic evidence. This evaluation casts grave doubt upon the media stories and the official reports by the 9/11 Commission, or more correctly stated, 9/11 Omission Report, FEMA, and NIST, or National Institute of Standards and Technology. What occurred on September 11, 2001 is a matter of facts, physics, and unprecedented violations of national protocol by American officials themselves. Here are 10 points to consider. There are literally thousands more. Number 1. No steel-framed building before or since 9/11 has ever collapsed due to fire. Number 2. No official agency, FAA, FBI, or the airlines, has ever released a list of the 9/11 passengers, but within hours, the FBI released a list of the hijackers. Number 3. Multiple air defense drills were planned for the morning of 9/11, including flying planes into buildings. These exercises left only 2 fighter jets available to protect the entire northeastern United States. Number 4. Building 7, a 47-story skyscraper and part of the World Trade Center complex, was not struck by a plane but collapsed in 6.5 seconds in the path of least resistance at pure free fall at 5:20 p.m. on September 11th in the exact manner of a controlled demolition. Number 5. There was no visible airplane debris where Flight 93 supposedly crashed in Pennsylvania, only a smoking hole in the ground, much like a bomb crater. Number 6. Office fires burn at low temperatures of 600 to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Jet fuel is an ordinary hydrocarbon. Its maximal burning temperature is 1200 degrees Fahrenheit in open air. Steel melts at 2750 degrees Fahrenheit. Neither jet fuel nor the burning contents of the buildings could cause the tower's steel structure to buckle or even fail. Number 7. Tests have shown that cell phone calls cannot be made at altitudes over 4,000 to 8,000 feet, as cell towers are located on the ground. Commercial airliners fly at 30,000 feet and above. No passenger could have successfully placed a call for help by cell phone from an airborne plane on 9/11, as reported. Number 8. 9/11 was immediately declared an act of war by President Bush. The rubble from the Twin Towers' collapse was carted away and the steel sold and shipped overseas without examination. Number 9. Enormous profits were made by insiders on plummeting stock prices of the 2 airlines involved in 9/11, American and United. Federal law protects their identities. And number 10. Accepting victims' compensation barred 9/11 families from further discovery through litigation. 9/11, we will never forget. You see that bumper sticker from time to time and signs in the window. Well, the family members of the fallen will never forget. And that is why it is they who have started the 9/11 Truth movement. You know, one of the first things that people say to me when I bring up 9/11 Truth is, well, that's not very patriotic of you. Did you know that it is the firemen and the policemen who also joined the family members to start the 9/11 Truth movement? So I would encourage you to take these facts I've shown you in the video, go search them out, and see whether they don't prove out as authentic. Stay tuned. The end of the clip, I'm going to scroll a bunch of websites that you can go to and organizations such as Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. Now they have over 1,500 members in good standing, men and women who know what physics is and how it is supposed to be applied, and the fact that we can't just suspend the laws of physics like they have tried to do with the events surrounding 9/11 Truth. I want to ask you a question. What do you think of when I say conspiracy? What is the word that pops into your mind if I say conspiracy? Theory, right? You've been conditioned. And I want to submit to you that the meaning of the word conspiracy is when two or more people get together to conspire to thwart authority covertly. And I want to submit to you that I have a conspiracy for you that is much more believable than that which has been force-fed us by the federal government. To bring the point even further, let's say there's a raffle and there's $1 million prize. If you buy a ticket, you could win $1 million. But before you do, you might say, in theory, you could win $1 million. But you see, once you buy the ticket, it's no longer a theory, it's a possibility. And the more tickets you buy, the further you get toward a probability. Friends, if we have an even shred of evidence, it is no longer a conspiracy theory, it is conspiracy probability. And I submit to you, we have mountains and mountains of evidence surrounding 9/11. So please, search out the evidence while we still have the internet, the most powerful form of media ever known to man. Get in there and see what it means. You know, it's only going to take you 30 minutes online to find out these things. I dare you. See if it's true. I'm a Christian, and I'm concerned about 9/11 Truth. Ephesians 5:11 says, expose the works of darkness. We don't have to get consumed with the rabbit holes, but we can go and we can say, hey, that's not true. That's a lie. And I believe you're called to do that if you're a Christian. If you're not a Christian, I'm asking you to walk beside me to think clearly, and let's look at these things rationally. And I would submit to you that you must believe in Christ, obey Him, trust in the gospel, the good news. All these other things pale in comparison to the gospel, but if something is true, it's worth talking about. So there you have it. The fact is, I'm concerned about 9/11 Truth because whether you believe it or not, these lies will hurt you and they will hurt your family. And so the best way to not forget something, like all the bumper stickers talk about 9/11, the best way to not forget something is to study it, is to look at it, is to say, hey, let's have a reinvestigation. So I, for one, am going to keep looking at it as long as I am able, because I am never going to forget 9/11 and the criminals who perpetrated that heinous crime.